Good afternoon from Donington, where, as you can see, weather conditions are far from ideal for this final round of the World of Sport Superbike Challenge. In fact, at the moment, it's starting to rain, and this will give riders a lot of problems as to whether to go on slicks or whether they'll go on the wet weather tyres. But the man who has set the fastest lap in practice is Graeme Crosby. Just last week, clinched the TT Formula One World Championship for the second year in succession. He had a practice lap of 1 minute 15.5 seconds. The New Zealander, who's established himself now as the king of the four strokes for those two World Championships, but I know he dearly wants to win a Grand Prix 500cc World Championship. Next, number 16 is Keith Huewen, third fastest in practice today in 1 minute 16.4 seconds. Keith, a former British champion and a man who really, again, wants to get in and mix it with the Grand Prix stars. Surprisingly enough, you don't see number 7, Barry Sheene, on that grid. You won't see him on the front row because, quite unbelievably, he's 2.4 seconds down on Graeme Crosby. That's Rocket Ron Haslam, number 2. The local hero from Langley Mill, just up the road, riding the 1123cc Honda, which is about 120 pounds heavier than the 500 Grand Prix machines. So really, it's like having a pillion passenger of over 9 stone on the back to handle as well. That's a very, very big machine. Number 17, that's Steve Parrish, 1 minute 16.9 he had in practice. Steve Parrish, Stavros, a very good friend of Barry Sheene. They've been good mates for a long, long time. So that's the front row of the grid, but 16, and there's number 5, Korky Ballington, 1:15.7, second fastest in practice. Kork Ballington, a double world champion in 1978 and 79, but that was on 250 and 350cc machines, now on the 500 Kawasaki. Tyres, I don't know what the situation was going to be. Let's get the opinion of Phil.
Well, Peter, on these terrible conditions today, it's got to be intermediate or wet tyres, really. These are the conditions that riders hate most of all. And I fancy actually Ron Haslam today with a big 1123 four-stroke Honda to win in these conditions. Now, Barry Sheene might be the favourite here today, but he's got a very bad practice time in 10th place. He's on the second row, and he's got his work really cut out to get with the leaders.
Randy Mamola, of course, there, number 3. He's a man who is going to be all out to beat Barry Sheene, and there's Barry, number 7. 30 points he has, and the World of Sport Superbike Challenge is a trophy he certainly wants to win. Finished the Grand Prix season in fine form with a win in the Swedish Grand Prix, and that made it his 17th 500cc Grand Prix victory for Barry Sheene. Conditions, I say, not good by any means. Riders have got to make their minds up which tyres they're going to use, and the tyres could play a very important part in who will win this final round. Double points at stake. Barry Sheene has 30, Graeme Crosby 22, Kork Ballington and Ron Haslam both on 18, and away they go on a warm-up lap. The view as they come down to the first corner, which is Redgate Corner. Ron Haslam, number 2, easing his way around gently. The lap record is right about 1 minute 14.2, so given good conditions, Graeme Crosby could have got very near it. But at the moment, it's misty. The rain is just about eased off, I think, but certainly the conditions are far from ideal here at Donington. Round Craner curves down to the old hairpin when at racing speeds. They'll be going around there in second or maybe third gear at around about 85 miles an hour. Number 16, Keith Huewen. Number 33 there, Joey Dunlop from Northern Ireland. He's riding the 1062cc Honda. Down now to McLean's. The right-hander. Haslam still out in front on this warm-up lap. Joey Dunlop goes through there. Barry Sheene, Graeme Crosby, Keith Huewen, 17. That's Steve Parrish. 4 is Crosby. 13 is Chris Guy. 42 was Brian Peters. The green flag there indicates to the riders that the course is clear ahead of them. Down the fastest part of the circuit, Starkey Straight, under the bridge. Front wheels just leave the ground involuntary as they go over that bump in the road before braking for the chicane. Park Corner, as it's also known here at Donington. The yellow flag, they stop now on the starting line. Clerk of the course there, Arthur Taylor with the red flag, is getting them lined up for this race, which we understand is going to be a distance of some 15 laps. Steve Parrish, number 17. Ron Haslam there, number 2. Joey Dunlop, you see in the background.
Now, Peter, this start is vital, actually, for Crosby, Ballington, and obviously Sheene on the second row, because it's going to be vital for them, certainly to get clear of the spray that's going to be kicked up by the other riders. Really, it's going to be interesting to see how good they're going to be.
Well, we'll be keeping tabs all the way through with charts to tell you who is actually leading, because Barry Sheene has those 30 points with 2 wins, and his nearest challengers are on the front row of the grid, where he is on the second row of the grid. Ron Haslam there, number 2. He's got 18 points with a 3rd and a 4th place in the 2 previous rounds. Number 17, Steve Parrish. He's had a 6th place in the second round. Keith Huewen, number 16, he was 4th in the first round of the championship. Kork Ballington, number 5, he's had a 3rd and a 4th place. The lights red, they changed to green, and the race underway. 15 laps. The riders, the last moments of the clutch start, staring at those lights, just waiting for them to change. Tension is certainly building up, and Graeme Crosby, I notice, is having some adjustments made there to his helmet. Wheel back now into the starting grid, pole position 1:15.5. Push to get that machine fired. It's a clutch start for these riders. And some tension here with the World of Sport Superbike Challenge trophy at stake. Crosby is 4, Ballington is 5, Huewen is 16, Haslam is number 2. In the background, number 20, that's Stuart Vant, the New Zealander. Randy Mamola on the 3rd row of the grid, number 3, but away they go now. The lights have changed to green. Away on the first lap. Jockeying for position now as they come down to Redgate. Barry Sheene picks onto the inside, but it's Ron Haslam leading from number 5, that's Kork Ballington. And Barry Sheene in about 4th place as they go round Redgate for the first time. Graeme Crosby well up there too. But Ron Haslam out in front. The local rider with that very, very heavy machine as they come through the mist, down through Craner Curves, down to the old hairpin. Number 2, Ron Haslam. Number 5, Kork Ballington, still there in 2nd place. Under Starkey's Bridge, down to McLean's, Ron Haslam, and a little bit of a squiggle there. That shows the conditions. They are very, very tricky indeed. Ron Haslam around McLean, still holding on to that lead. Kork Ballington in 2nd place. Barry Sheene up to 3rd. Bob Smith is 4th. Then it's Keith Huewen. Graeme Crosby. Mick Grant, number 10, is through there safely. But Ron Haslam is the leader. Rocket Ron Haslam, the local rider from Langley Mill, around Coppice. Kork Ballington still holding there in 2nd place. And Barry Sheene in 3rd. And the way the point system works out, if indeed Ron Haslam won this particular race, Barry Sheene would have to finish in 3rd place. And that's as he is at the moment.
Well, Peter, I think Barry Sheene has done really well to come through from the 2nd line to be 3rd. As you said, if he stays in this position, he'll actually win this World of Sport Challenge race. Anyway, it's nice to see there haven't been any accidents so far in these very slippery conditions.
Slippery is the word. That's Ron Haslam gingerly picking his way down to Redgate Corner. Kork Ballington 2nd and Barry Sheene still holding on to that 3rd place. Craner Curves down to the old hairpin. Kork Ballington now under pressure from Barry Sheene. Kork Ballington, who's given the works, and Barry Sheene nips on the inside. Sheene up into 2nd place from number 5, Kork Ballington. Kork Ballington, better known for his World Championships on the 250 and 350 Kawasaki's, now riding the 500, and a little bit of a wiggle there from Barry Sheene too in these conditions. Around McLean, still in 2nd place. Kork Ballington 3rd, number 40 Bob Smith, then it's number 4 Graeme Crosby. 2nd and 3rd, Barry Sheene up to Coppice Corner, around about 70 miles an hour as they crank these machines over at that angle. Some close racing, but Ron Haslam out in front.
Peter, I was speaking to Barry earlier, and obviously he was determined to win this race, but try as hard as he could. It's coming towards the the end of the season when it's signing up time for contracts with sponsors of the machine. So obviously he'll be pulling out every stop to win.
That's the battle for second, third and fourth place, and Bob Smith from St Helens, who's clinched the British Solo Championship this year, putting the pressure now on number 5 for Ballington, the South African. But that's Barry Sheene in second place. Graeme Crosby still holding on to that 5th position. And there's Ron Haslam, the leader. Barry Sheene second. Around the old hairpin, and Bob Smith up into 3rd place now. Bob Smith from St Helens riding the 750 Yamaha on the Starkey's Bridge down to McLean's, and Barry Sheene, I think, closing a little